Brady Collins, and this is my co-host Eric Kiesel. And this is Hockey Sense, the show that makes sense of hockey.
Well, this is our first show of our series that we're going to have many other episodes to come, but this is our first show, and we hope you guys enjoy this show that we have in store today, and it's about many different topics. Some include the last night's game of Tampa Bay and Toronto, and a very thrilling game. Toronto ended up pulling out a win in overtime. And it also includes some other topics that we will get to later on in the show. So I hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy the show.
So yeah, I guess we'll start off with the overtime win, as Eric said, about the Leafs winning in overtime against Tampa Bay Lightning. They won 4-3. Phil Kessel scored the winning goal.
A beautiful goal set up by Tyler Bozak. And
another young gun brought up from the minors. I guess we'll just show you the recap of the game, and we'll take your breakdown. So, Leafs played an overall good game, I guess, I'd say, in this overtime win. The defense played a big part. A lot of the defensemen got a big amount of time on ice. Luke Shannon, Phaneuf. Luke Shannon got 22 minutes of ice time. Phaneuf got 26. Beauchemin got 28 minutes of ice time, so he obviously was playing both penalty kill and power play. And Carl Gunnison, one of our young defensemen, got 22 minutes of ice time, which is really good for him. He's a great defenseman, makes right decisions. He's working as well his way up the ladder, and he's been doing great.
Some other key things that you might want to know about the game was Dion Phaneuf and Steve Downey had a little bit of a thing going on. They each got penalties for roughing at 18:03 of the second period, and they each had 2 penalties in the game in total, so they kind of got a little bit out of control, but they regained control, and Phaneuf actually ended up playing a pretty good game.
So as you just saw right there, Victor Stahlberg scored the first of his 2 goals for the game. I just want to make point also, Stahlberg and Bozak both got a lot of playing time. I think Ron Wilson likes to play the young guys to give them a lot of opportunity to improve and I guess score and help the team as much as they can. Stahlberg got 18 minutes of ice time, Bozak got 22 minutes of ice time. And our recent acquisition of Luka Caputi got 16 minutes of ice time, not his top, but definitely a good start to his NHL
career. Another important thing is that the Leafs got 38 shots and Tampa Bay got 33. The Leafs usually outshoot their opponents, as we see, but they sometimes do have trouble scoring, especially with the departures of their highest goal scorers, such as Bonikarovsky. Things of people of that nature, and last year when Antropov left, they kind of lacked some size and scoring ability, so it's going to be tough with these young guys learning and the learning curve, but they'll get it.
Yeah, it might take time, but they'll get to it. So so far the score is 2-2 in the game, as you can see in the recap. So then gets to 3-3. The third goal scored by Tyler Bozak. As we said before, one of the young guns, and then went into overtime for the overtime winner, scored by Phil Kessel. Overall, I believe that Giguère played a really solid game of his. Probably one of his better games in Toronto, apart from his 2 shutouts at the start.
Yeah, those are pretty nice.
But then he just started going downhill, so this was a good change for him. He definitely played a solid game.
That was Bozak's pretty nice goal, and Mike Smith was on his behind there. One other fact we might want to know is that Schuström did not play. He was a scratch, and Garnet Exelby as well as a scratch.
Luka Caputi obviously really benefiting from the trade from Pittsburgh.
A lot more ice time.
That's a lot more ice time, and I think Burke's going to play him much more because he thinks he's ready for the NHL, as Pittsburgh didn't play him very much. He was back and forth between the minors and the actual NHL team. I think he only played 6 or 7 games for Pittsburgh in total, only racking up, I think, for 3 or 4 assists. Not too much for him. So far in 5 games, I think he has 4 points for the Leafs, so he's doing pretty well.
Holman had himself a pretty good game too, as well. He's improving pretty quickly, actually.
Once again, Burke is not afraid to put the younger guys on the top line and prove that they can actually do something. Bozak has been paired up with Kessel for a lot of the year, most of the time he's been up here.
That was a pretty bad play by Giguère, but
luckily Tanguay missed the net.
Luckily, and the play goes the other way, and something magical happens.
And as you see there, Giguère remains strong, holds his post, and off we go to the races. Tyler Bozak.
Beautiful move by Bozak right to Kessel.
And Kessel, nice little quick deke to deke out Mike Smith and score the overtime winner. And that's pretty much the end of the game. Leafs win it 4-3 in overtime. Their second
recap of the game.
And their second overtime win
in as many days.